Is it working? Play. Don't know. Is it working? Aha. Ah, there we are. Turn off. Good evening, all. I think we're going. Give us a thumbs up or stick a hello in the comments or something underneath if we're working. I think we are. I've not worked out yet how to get rid of the delay on this. I've got it set to the lowest delay possible. I think it just must be my internet is a bit dodgy. Anyway, evening Peter, evening David. Thank you. Yes, I've got too many Mickey Mouse t-shirts from Anna my age. I just noticed Mickey's feet are a bit funny. Look. Must be my green screen settings. It's got yellow shoes and they're all going fuzzy. Never mind. Right, let's get a proper screen up so we can see what we're doing. There we go. That's a bit better. Right, so I have been super busy the past few days recoding loads of the website. A lot of it is stuff you don't see. It's all back-end admin stuff to make it faster and smoother for me to work and to list stuff, and potentially in the future for someone else to do some of the kind of admin work as well. I'm also working on the relisting unsold stuff, so that will be available hopefully tomorrow if I get it finished off. A lot of stuff is let me log into a test account so I can show you, because it won't show in this one. Hang on a minute, let me just put that up there, do this here. Because there's new stuff for sort of, you know, if you're buying and selling stuff. What's the password for this account? I don't remember. I think that's the one. No, that's not the one. Oops. Let's try that. There we are. That's better. Right, let's put that screen up there now. There we are. So apart from the fact I've changed the name slightly in the menu, under buying, on stuff you bought, I won't show on here because there's nothing in this account, but if I've sent stuff out, posted out, like I posted out books, spare parts and so on, the tracking numbers will now show on there, so you can check where a parcel is if it's something that's been sent to you. On the selling side of things, see there's an extra page or an extra 2 pages. I've sort of kind of split it up. So stuff that didn't sell because either you didn't get any offers at all or you turned down the highest offer will appear on an unsold page, and then the next day or two there'll be a button to say request relisting. So that lets me know that you want to put it on again. And once you click the request relisting, it will appear over in the queue page, queued up to go live. The reason for not doing it just straight away as soon as you click the button is so that you know, I know if there's machines to be listed or books to be listed or whatever, I can kind of group stuff together, list them at the same time, and also stick stuff out on Instagram or in an email newsletter or whatever to let people know that that stuff's up for sale again, rather than it just sort of appearing and no one kind of noticing. So we'll have that working the next day or so. All the back end stuff is done for it. I've just got to do, I just run out of time today programming basically. And then unsold stuff that's been returned to you, so stuff you've taken back again, just basically so you can keep track of everything, where everything is. What you've sold now shows the date when you sold it and how much you sold it for. On the live page, if you've got stuff on there at the moment, it tells you when it's going to end. So yeah, loads of little tweaks and things on all these pages. What else did I do in the buying section? I can't remember now. I did some more bits on these pages. It's you'll see if you're buying stuff. A lot of the layout is a little bit better. The other major thing we've done, Evening Peter, the other Peter, is the wanted ad now works for things other than just slot machines. So under your account tab, go wanted ads, place a new wanted ad. It's pretty straightforward. Just click whatever relevant section it needs to go in. Pop in a few details. So short headline, just something short and snappy, like you know, if you want a one-arm bandit handle, and then any specifics if it needs to fit a certain machine or a certain style, shape, size, color, whatever, and then roughly what you're willing to pay. Click the button. The button was not clickable if you don't select one of these sections at the top here, just so I know what section's got to go in. Again, they won't appear instantly. It's just so I've got a chance to check them out, that someone's not put in something stupid or put it in the wrong section or trying to advertise Viagra or whatever. Which hopefully won't. You'll be surprised how many people have tried to hack the website. But don't know why. I don't know what they think they're going to achieve. Just these random, you know, bots that go around trying to hack websites, basically. So that's now working. And then, for example, there is a couple going up under the spare parts. So you see under the main menu, under the categories, I've laid it out slightly differently now. So the machines, because they run off a database as before. Anything else calling up. So under spares and supplies, it'll all go under here. So spare parts, supplies, by which I mean things like consumables for machines, so like fortune teller cards for fortune machines, gift boxes for elephant gift vendors, you know, capsules for vending machines, anything like that. Then also stuff like arcade signs, slot machine stands, change machines, anything kind of arcadey will all go on that section. And obviously the wanted ads appear at the bottom here. And that will fill up as more ads come in. And I've also put videos, enabled videos on this page now for the, as I say, these 4 mechanisms we've got in, because they're other than the Mills one, which says it's working, there's a little video of it working. The other ones are incomplete. They've need various bits. So rather than me trying to list what bits they need and then missing something, and someone buy one and getting annoyed because, oh, you didn't say it got the such and such lever missing or spring widget not there or whatever. Each one's videoed all the way around, so you can just have a look and see for yourself. Obviously there's tiny little videos on here, but if you click one, then you'll see this little logo at the bottom here to click to full screen, and it goes out full screen. Or you can just click through to YouTube and watch them on YouTube if you prefer, whatever. So that's how that all works. And then wanteds for the other sections, like not fair game at the minute because we're still working on it, but advertising and books, etc. Again, you can either, if you want a specific sign, let's say you want a Coca-Cola neon sign. So under the advertising art section, you could search by an object type for a neon sign. And then there we are, different Coca-Cola ones. And then stick a wanted advert under there. Or at the moment, because there's not that many different ones in there, again, you could just use this wanted ads form when it comes up. And you'll see there's an option here for advertising art. And then I'll sort out, if there's a page to put it on, I'll put it on that relevant page. If not, it will go on just a general wanted section for now, until the database builds out a bit more. Where's my little list of other jobs I've done? I just start making a list. You get so engrossed in programming that I just kind of forget what I've done half the time. I forget to make notes of what I've done. I think I mentioned in the week the sold prices now show properly for stuff we sold via the website because they weren't sewing. So for example, we sold 3 or 4 mils high tops, didn't we? So you see they now show most recent sale results are at the top of the list. I mentioned that the end dates on here, when they're going to end. The image gallery thing got fixed because some of these latest images I was uploading weren't appearing down here for some reason. That's fixed, so they will now show like they should do. Click on them, they blow up, etc. Wanted ads I've done. Oh, and the autoplay videos as well. Somebody mentioned that it didn't happen on my machine, but again, a page has got lots of videos on, like the high top page. We scroll all the way down here, all these videos. On some people's computers, for some reason, when you were going on this page, it would start automatically playing all 4 videos, plus the one at the top. And it'd be a right cacophony, as somebody called it. So hopefully that now it doesn't happen. I think I found the way to cure that problem. So with a bit like the top one might still play, because that's the thing that's for sale, and the rest won't. But if there's any problems, somebody let me know. So I can have another look at the code on that one. Evening, Paul. Hope all is well your end as well. What else have I done? Can't remember. Various other just tweaks and things. That's a lot of back end stuff as well. I managed to have a look at this. I think I mentioned the other day the lights weren't working. They are working now. It's just a loose wire in the plug, so that's sorted out. So the lights work on that. Not had time yet to finish fiddling with the Roma. The payout sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Just needs adjusting at the bottom. I think there's a bit of something in it or something. So if I get 5 minutes, I'll take that out, put it back together again. And that should run fine then and pay out properly. Other than that, I think all the machines are good and working. Even the Challenger, which needs, it's in for restoration, but it's all there and it works as best as something can do. This sat in the shed for probably 50 years and never been touched. So it's quite a nice project for somebody. It's got his cast cash door as well, which are often missing, which is nice. I think the only thing is missing is the back of the top coin entry casting, which are almost always missing for some reason. But you don't see it from the front, so it doesn't really matter. So there we are. I'm sure there's some other things to tell you, but I can't think what they are. So any questions of anybody? Any comments? Any ideas? Anything not quite working? You might see, those of you who've bought stuff in your buying page on the purchased, which is a list of everything you've bought, they'll say things like, I can't remember what phrase I've used, something like stored at Cambridge or collected by buyer or sent by Royal Mail or whatever. Some of them might still say stored at Cambridge. It just means I haven't got round yet to updating it because I've only just added that feature in to track stuff. So it's not a fault as such, but just, you know, if something's not right, just let me know. If it's saying something somewhere where it isn't, so I can update that. Other than that, I think we're all good to go. Wanted, there's quite a few more things wanted since last weekend, so that's worth having a look at. On the machine front, Century, Jennings Century, I haven't seen one of those for a while. Jennings Victoria B, the Minstrel Band, various working models. If anyone's got any pictures of these handy, send them over to me, that'd be useful. Crybaby, Chamber Horrors, that's the animated amusements one. The Egyptian Tomb, I think it's Bolans, yeah. And the Pharaohs, which is late one, 1971, Spencer Bolland. Can't even remember what that one looks like, but if anyone's got a picture of any of those, we can add in, that would be good. Send it over. Oh, my phone keeps pinging. Let's just see what that is. Oh, that works, bear with me just a tick. Oops. Sorry about that. Right, let's have a look. Pete says, I was talking to a fellow collector and he came up with an idea that if a machine has a reserve, could the reserve price be listed if the vendor agrees to indicate the price they would consider? Well, things don't have reserves. We don't do reserves. Because it's just down to whether the seller accepts the price, the highest price offered or not. And the beauty of it is if you've got a seller selling 3 or 4 machines at once, in the old days of an auction, you know, let's say they had 4 machines and they wanted £500 each for them. They put £500 reserve on. The first one goes to 400 in the auction, so it doesn't sell. Next one sells for 500. Third one sells for 500. Fourth one sells for 600, let's say. So had that seller not had reserves on any of them, he would have got his £2,000 for those 4 machines. But as it was, he ends up selling 3 machines, takes one home. The beauty of this system is that with those 4 offers in, you know, a collector can see, well, actually, if I can sell that one for 400 because I've gotten 600 for that one, which I only wanted 500 for. So overall, I've still got my £2,000 I was looking for. So this is the real advantage of this way of doing things, because people have sold things for, you know, perhaps a little bit less than they wanted because something else they've got a bit more than they were expecting for, which means they get to sell their stuff, cash them in, and we've got happy buyers the other side as well. So yeah, I mean, as a guide pricing, the trouble is as soon as you start putting guide prices on things, people you know, I mean, what have we got for sale at the moment? It's easy to actually pick an example of something. So, oh, I don't know, let's pick a machine, any machine, commercial, there we are. So someone says, oh, I don't know, I mean, what they usually sell for. This is beautiful prices. We've sold them for anywhere from £120, that was a very cheap one, to 640, 700 was the most expensive one. But they average about 500 quid, something like that. So if somebody said, oh, you know, guide price or reserve or whatever you want to call it, 500-ish, it puts people off offering £600 because they think they're offering too much, even if it's a particularly nice one. And equally, if it's a, you know, not such a good one, perhaps they think, oh, well, if they want £500 for it, there's no point me offering £400, which is probably a fair offer if it's a bit ropey. So they don't bother at all. So then that machine just ends up not getting sold. So I can't really see the advantage to it. It's a bit like people have said, oh, can we know what the, you know, if we bought something, can we know what the next offer down was, so we know how much, too much we've paid for it? And well, no, because it doesn't achieve anything. What purpose does it do, you know? Apart from the fact it's a data protection issue on, you know, revealing other people's bids and so on and so on. Because they're not public. And in an auction, they're public because you're stood there making them. It's a different issue. This is private. so I can't reveal them anyway. But as I said before, just because you know, if you offer £800 for a Mills high top and you get it, if the next offer down happened to be £600, it doesn't mean you've paid £200 too much for it. You've paid exactly what you wanted to pay for it. And it's not to say the seller was going to accept £600 anyway. So it just doesn't, you know, it doesn't achieve anything, does it, by knowing what that next offer down is, or indeed, or how many offers were. Again, some people have said, well, can we see if there's 5 offers on something, or 10 offers, or 1 offer? It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything, does it? They might all be high offers, they might all be low offers. Again, there might be 10 offers on something, but 9 of them the seller wouldn't consider anyway. So it doesn't really mean anything. We do, I mean, there's a vague matter of interest. We get about, it seems about an average of about half a dozen offers per thing. I think the lowest we've had is 3 on something on the machines, which is most of what we've sold so far. I think I can't remember which one it was, but I think one of them only had 3 offers. I think that was the lowest. Most of them been sort of 6, 7. The Bimbo box, I can't remember how many that got. I think that got the most. I think I mentioned in the video when we did the results video how many the Bimbo box got. So a dozen or so, I think, from memory. 14, I can't remember. So yeah. I was just going to show you something else, and I can't think what it was. Mine's gone blank. Nope, can't remember. I mean, the whole point of trying to categorize as much stuff as possible as we can, which I say, as I said before, is easy to do with machines because they are specific. It's much harder to do with fair-owned art because almost all of it is unique. Is to provide that price guide to people. But the point there is they're real prices that stuff is actually sold for. It's not my opinion or somebody else's opinion or some other expert or what somebody thinks they might like for it on a good day or whatever. You know, these here are all real prices that stuff somebody's paid for over a period of time. And you can't get a better price guide than that, really. In due course, I think I said before, I've got thousands of prices from other auctions up and down the land, going back 30 or 40 years. One day I'll sit down and start entering all that lot in as well. So at the moment it is only our prices, but then we've sold more slot machines than everybody else put together by quite a long way. So we've got more information than anybody else anyway. I mean, it's just these figures are a bit out of date at the bottom here because they're not automatically pulled off the database. That's just when I do a count up, but there's of just machines alone, there's over 3,000 prices or £1.5 million worth. There's more than that actually in the database, but that was the last time I looked and did a tally up, as it were. I've probably got at least the same again from the auctions, in fact probably more than, because this is only since it was all computerised at the Elephant House. In the old days of doing them at Huntington and down the road here when it was all on paper, I haven't got those records in an easy format to upload. I've literally got to type every one in, but I haven't got them all, so at some point in the future we can put all those in as well. And the plan was, particularly where there's a lot of data, so something like a high top again. There's, what have we got in there, 70 odd results for that. It just fell down the chimney, a bird or something. Bizarre. I was going to say, yes, you know, where we've got a lot of results over a good period of time, they can perhaps be graphed out in the future to get an idea of some price trends. Where it's something particularly rare, we've only sold 1 or 2 of them in 10 years, then you can't really make a trend from such a short amount of results. That's what I was going to say. This lot all ends. Where's my calendar gone? 2 weeks' time, isn't it? Yeah. So viewing next weekend, i.e. is it the 1st? Yeah, the 31st of July and the 1st of August. Saturday won't be possible because I've got a prior engagement with jelly and ice cream. It's my nephew's birthday party, so I'll be busy with that. The Sunday should be okay. This coming week I'm around tomorrow, Monday. I'll be busy tomorrow. I've got a prop to build tomorrow. Tuesday I'm in the studios. Wednesday I'm hopefully back if I finish Tuesday. Thursday and Friday probably okay, but Saturday isn't. Sunday will be. So just a heads up there if you're intending to come over the next week and look at anything. It's interesting, I was saying to somebody who came earlier today actually that over the past few weeks there seem to be, if anything, less visitors, which is less visitors but more interest, which is interesting. I think people are getting used to the idea that with the little videos they don't really need to come and look at stuff. They can see it all the way around. They can see it working if it is. And it saves them, you know, a trip out, saves the petrol money and so on. People have been asking again about, are we going to do proper auctions again as restrictions keep lifting and so on? Well, are restrictions really lifting? I'm not sure they are, but that's by and by. You know, again, I've always said I'll always look at it and keep it in mind. But I don't think it's sensible to plan anything until at least next spring, just because of the way things are at the minute. And the zealousness of Boris with his lockdowns and diktats. Who knows what he's going to come up with tomorrow. Just about anybody with any common sense can see that there will be another lockdown by, you know, as soon as the MPs are back off their holiday, end of September. So, you know, until all this nonsense is over with, there's really not much point planning, trying to get a lot of people together all in one place at one time. I don't think, because I think it's just going to waste everyone's time and end up with a lot of frustrated people who've got stuff in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you know, then we end up back to this way of doing things anyway. So that's my take on it at the moment. Some other people have said, how about doing some kind of more organised sort of semi-social kind of gathering thing, because people miss that kind of getting together with other collectors, etc. And yes, that's definitely something we can look at doing. I'm not really sure there's enough room here. There's enough physical room here, but the problem is parking, really. You know, get sort of 3 or 4 cars in the drive because we're at the bottom of a little lane. Any more than that, and we block the lane up for the other neighbours, so that's not very good. But again, it might be possible to look at, you know, a village hall or something, or if there's a pub with a decent sized function room or something. Have a get together, perhaps load up the truck with stuff that's for sale. I don't know, it's all better if it can all be done in one place. So if anyone's got any bright ideas on that one, then do let me know. And we'll see what we can do. Any more questions from anybody? You're all a bit quiet, so we've either gone to sleep or I've bored you to death, one or the other. Probably the latter. Give us a thumbs up under the video, don't forget. So it lets me know if nothing else, at least you're still alive and kicking. Right, Frankie's making funny noises at me. That's alright, it's to do with stuff going on in the week. Got to make a 1960s crash mat tomorrow, as you do. And Tuesday I'm building some floating walls, because walls should float, obviously. And hopefully Wednesday I'll be back on the case. So I'm going to try and get the relisting function finished off. Because I think there's about 6 machines here, I think, to go back on again. And a few little signs, some spares, about a dozen spares probably. I didn't get any offers. The thing with spares is people either need them or they don't they? So I suspect over time we'll see spares being quite often relisted, and then all of a sudden somebody will want them and it will just disappear. Because you either need that bit or you don't. But bits are very hard to find, as we all know. We have got somebody looking at remanufacturing Allwyn parts again, so I think they do quite well. In due course. Let's stick up the wanted down again. Let's see what people are wanting. If anybody's got any of these, scroll that down a little bit. There we go. I haven't seen any of these for years. You used to see a few about still in arcades at the seaside. These animated amusements, they're like plastic, quite nasty plastic fronts on them, in quite nasty chipboard cases. But of course now they're rare, probably, you know, as rare as, if not rarer than the Bollens models, thinking about it. It's that kind of odd thing with a lot of this later stuff that people are wanting, that actually a lot of it is an awful lot rarer than pre-war stuff. And it seems to be very in vogue at the moment, what people want to buy. If you just look down this page, most of the stuff people wanting is probably more post-war stuff than pre-war stuff wanted. And for decent money as well, so we just got to find it, is the problem. Selling it, I think, is the easy bit. Finding it, yes, that's the hard bit. Any more? All very quiet tonight. If not, we can have an early night, I suppose, and I could get on with some more work. So do have a look if you're been buying or selling. You know, if you're a trader member, have a look at your various account pages. So I've been tweaking them all, updating things. And making things hopefully easier to use and a bit more information here and there. So if I've sent stuff out to you, spare parts, books or little bits and bobs, then there'll be a tracking link. Some stuff went out think 4 or 5 parcels went out on Tuesday, was it? I think I sent them out. Before I programmed the things, I've now put those tracking links on. So if you go to your buying page and under the purchased tab, there'll be a list here of the stuff you've bought, and if it's been posted to you, a tracking link, click on that and it'll go to they went out either Hermes or Royal Mail. So you click that and it goes straight to their tracking page on the website. So you can see where your parcels are if they haven't been delivered already. And on your selling pages, if you missed it earlier on, all these pages have been updated a little bit. So anything that didn't sell because either you didn't get any offers at all or you turned down the highest offer, if we've still got it, it's now on this page, unsold, held. So we're holding it. There will be within the next day or so a button next to those items if you want to relist it. Just to click on it. It will then move over to the queue page, and that lets me know that you want to put it back on the site, and we'll relist it. And then anything you've taken home, just so we can keep track on things. If you didn't sell, you've taken it back again. There's obviously on the returned page. This is, I hope, as we get much busier, which all being well we will be. There's a lot of stuff due to come in over the next month or two. So I'm trying to get all these jobs, all this back-end admin kind of stuff done. And there's an awful lot of it to do, just to make everything run smoother and make sure everything's tracked, so we know where everything is, nothing gets lost, and everything's accounted for and so on. Because if and when, hopefully, I don't have to do everything myself, then obviously, you know, for someone else to take charge of it, they need to know what they're doing. Wanted ads. Go on here to place a new wanted ad. So this is for anything other than machines. If you're looking for a machine, just go to the relevant page of the database for that. So under coin machine, search by type or maker. Hopefully you all know how to do it by now. Find the relevant page, click the button. But for anything else, for spare parts, for supplies for machines, for arcade signs, for books, posters, all that kind of thing, for any advertising art, neons, enamel signs, show cards, all that kind of stuff, use this form for now. And as we build out more sections of the website, then so more options will fit on here and in the other relevant spaces as well in due course. David says, thanks for holding my stuff till I buy some more things. Hope it's not inconvenient. Let me know if it is. No, it's not. It's no problem at all at the moment. Not happy to do that. It just makes it easier for people if they're, you know, if you're buying and selling several things. If you're not in a desperate hurry for whatever you've bought, it's not a problem storing it until it's worth you coming to get it or sending a carrier to get a whole lot or whatever. Machine wise, if you're buying several machines over time, the cheapest way really is with a pallet carrier. You can get a pallet from anywhere to anywhere in the UK for about 60 quid or so. And obviously machines being big and heavy, they suit going on the pallet and they can be strapped down, wrapped up, and hopefully they shouldn't come to too much harm. As I mentioned before, I don't like sending machines individually wrapped, just because when time you wrap a machine, it's a heavy, compact lump, and carriers think they're indestructible. And I've seen them throw them on vans, literally shoving them down, kicking them, trying to move them, because to them it's just a heavy lump, so therefore it must be indestructible. But of course, you imagine if it's a nice, you know, electromechanical machine with a nice glass in it, and somebody boots it, the glass is gone. That's it. Your machine's gone. You know, if you think like a Duomat, get the front of that kicked in, or another parcel, you know, thrown up against it in the back of a truck and the glass is smashed, you've knocked about 2/3 of its value off. So hence, I really don't like sending machines on carriers. Fairground art is the next major section to come online, which in between other jobs, every now and again I sort of sit down and there's hundreds of old prices, which I'm sort of sorting out into different categories. That just takes time to go through, so that's going on in the background. When I get bored doing other programming, I do a bit more of that. Hopefully by sort of next weekend I'm kind of aiming for, to get that section up and running, because there's stuff in already here and there's a lot more stuff to come in. So we'll be able to start that off with a bit of a bang, hopefully. These are all just pictures of stuff we've sold in the past. But if you've got fairground stuff, then you'll be able to bring it in and sell it very soon. And equally, if you want stuff, I suppose I could put, oops, I didn't put a fairground section on here, did I yet? I could put one in and then just hold those adverts for the meantime, if you want anything fairgroundy. I'll perhaps do that. Note for self, where's my pen gone? Fairground wanted. I say that section, just because of the nature of fairground stuff, will kind of evolve as we use it, really. Any more for any more? What's the time? It's nearly 10 to 9. If there's not, then we'll call it a night soon. A bit of a short, sharp one. There must be something good on telly tonight, I suspect. Tuesday night, when I usually do the news stuff video, I'm not sure what time I'll be back, because I'm over at working at Stratford on Tuesday in the studios over there, so I probably won't be back in time to do video Tuesday night. So just keep an eye on the website, basically. I might have to do that Wednesday instead or something. That's Friday I do that. I don't know what I'm doing myself. Tuesday night, what do we do Tuesdays? Results usually, don't we? Well, there aren't any results this week because nothing finishes tonight. In that case, there won't be a video Tuesday night. That's all right then. My brain's addled from too much computer coding the past few days. Yes, new stuff's on a Friday, isn't it? Right. Hopefully there'll be some new stuff on Friday. So that will be the next video then, Friday night. So you'll all have to do something else Tuesday night. Right, so have a play around with the wanted ads. I know a lot of people are waiting for that for spare parts in particular. I'll perhaps send out an email to remind people as well. That's now working. Yes, Make a note of that, I suppose. Email. Really wanted ads. And then just keep an eye on the relevant pages as the here we are. You know, have a check every now and again on the wanted sections and see what people are wanting to buy. Have a rummage in your shed and see what you can cash in. Coins was the other thing. People keep asking about coins. Yes, we will be selling coins very soon. It's another thing. I want to get the fairground bit done first, and then we'll do coins as a separate section. Right, any more for any more? If not, then we'll call it a night at, well, 9 o'clock at the latest. So viewing this coming week, tomorrow, Monday, is probably okay. Tuesday isn't. Wednesday I'm not sure about. Thursday and Friday will probably be okay. Saturday isn't. Sunday is. So avoid Tuesday and Saturday, basically. Other days will probably be okay. Just send a message through the website and we'll book you in. Find a convenient spot. And yeah, there's nothing finishing this weekend, so that's okay. We'll get some more stuff on in the week. I think there's more spares and bits and bobs to go on. There's hopefully a steerable coming in the next few days. I'm trying to think else what's coming in that I know of. What was coming in this week? There's some machine stands coming in. Got to get them on. There's a few signs to go on, arcade signs. So yeah, bits and mobs. We'll try and get them on for the end of the week. And we'll go from there. Right, let's have a look. Is there anybody still having a watch? There's still a few people watching, but nobody's saying much. I think we're probably just about done for this evening. I'll give it another couple of minutes. I'll give it till 5 to. If anybody wants to say anything, needs to know anything, comments, ideas, questions, then speak now or forever hold your peace. Peter's had enough, he's off. Good night. I'll see you soon, no doubt. Oh dear, any more for any more? I've run out of things to say. I think I've been through everything. You have a play around with all the things I've sort of upgraded and changed. If you find any faults or mistakes, obviously let me know. But we keep on trying to make everything better and more intuitive to use. David's off. See you later. So I think that's just about it. I will call that a night. So we'll catch up again on Friday night with new stuff. And I'll carry on tweaking the website in the week, get the relists going, and yeah, we'll go from there. So we'll see you all on Friday.